welcome to another video. So today we're going to go over a budget sword deck. It's pretty straightforward. Your main aim is to get Assassin and Curse General by turn 6, combo Assassin's effect to give ambush to Curse General. That way every single thing you play after it will have Storm, meaning you can pretty much just roll their face. So you're basically using the Maid Leader, that guarantees you to pull General, because it's the only commander in this deck. The Goblin Mage has, what, 50, well, probably a 25% chance of pulling Assassin, but you get the 3 Goblin Mages, and you can get at least 2 minimum from this, if you're using the Fortune Hunter. And other than that, you pretty much just control the board a little bit until you can pull out General and then just play whatever until you win. Pretty much the aim. So we'll go and play a couple games. We'll play it in unranked, mainly just because I don't know if this deck would compete well at A3. That's why I'm doing it as a budget build for new players mostly. Plus you guys really seem to enjoy sword videos, so there will be a link to the deck in the description as always. I'll also have a link to a Reddit post where I found this deck, so you guys can check that out. Alright.
You must die!
Prepare for defeat.
So the Maid Leader is quite good, the other two aren't so great for your starting hand. And there we go, we pulled Assassin. The Maid Leader will guarantee us our turn 6 combo, so we've already got that. We can drop Floral Fencer turn 7 to combo it off with the whole board depending on where we need it. And we've already got General, wow. This makes my plays a little bit wonky, but I'll probably play Maid Leader, be able to play the extra General out just as an extra play.
Welcome home, sir.
Should work out quite okay. But we'll definitely save the Assassin and 1 Curse General for turn 6.
Welcome home, sir. Don't mess with the maid.
And we now have all of our generals. Yay! Now we don't really need to worry.
Shed tears of joy, I've arrived.
If I trade into that, probably just better off trading with this. Then I can play General Vanguard. So that
At the ready, youngling.
this way will do it.
Don't mess with the maid. The maid. Really?
We can keep the board to a minimum. Curse General can get its effect off. Combat with the Assassin. Quite nice. Since I can drop General next turn without much contesting. No, I don't really like that. We'll play the Fortune Hunter.
Powerful and cute to boot. You are done for.
Yes, Evolving Floral Fencer is the greater play. I know some of you will comment that. But I want to save the Floral Fencer and 1 evolve to combo off with the Curse General. It's too good to pass that kind of move up.
Gimme! Fire! Don't mess with the maid. Me? Really?
Alright, so now we're getting into the interesting point. Next turn we can drop the combo. As long as they don't have a board clear, we should be right. Even with it, we won't be too worried. We've got another couple of Assassins, we've got all our Generals in hand.
Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme!
We're just gotta wait and see how they play this out. They go for the Evolve, that's not too bad for me.
Let me help.
They're either gonna trade here or here. It's gonna be one or the other.
Running away is okay.
Blood King, okay. Now we can drop the combo.
I fight in the shadows. Dazzling flash. You're mine.
Alright, so now we're in the combo territory. We can start pulling some funny stuff off. We've got a bunch of low cards, which is great because they'll all gain Storm. We've also got extra generals just in case. Unfortunately, they don't get Storm, but we need them to back up our turn. It'll be fine. Floral Fencer is what? 4, 6, 7 damage on its own if you get a full board play. So on its own, it can always push a game.
Powerless for now.
I shall protect you.
A little bit of a pain.
You sneaky little.
Weakness the power.
The next thing to bring up is,
No misfortune
do
will
I
harm
take
you.
the damage
Run away.
from the Urias for 3? Which I think I'm going to have to. So,
Strength and beauty
3
together.
damage isn't a big deal, I guess, especially when we're already at
It won't
max.
be long now.
I'd say this is pretty worth it overall.
Girl,
My loyalty is ironclad.
stop staring. My light
And-
of hope fades.
Just take it
I'll
out.
lead the charge. Steel yourself. Time to shine.
No one gets past
me.
We took 4 total, only because I wanted to use that as a clear. But I don't think that 4 damage overall should make a big difference to how this game will go. Hopefully this gives a good reference for how you play this deck. I did have a pretty good hand, which is great, but this seems to be pretty consistent. I've played a couple games now, and I've always managed to pull this combo off, pretty much every time. So what do we got on board? 7, 10, 11. It's not bad. Okay.
That hurts. Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme.
Let us conclude.
So that's going to strike somewhere, but where? Would have been nice if we could have had another Floral Fencer evolve, but I think I made the right choice pulling stuff out. Alright,
Leave this to me.
let's fill this up.
To me.
Time to
So,
shine.
trade those.
Run away.
I'll lead the charge.
Come on. Come on.
Time to shine.
That's plenty. Double ward, hit everything to face, get enough damage. Still got the other Cursed General, so if we draw anything from what? Next turn, even if with a board clear, we've got in our hand just enough to deal enough. So if we draw anything with one cost, we can play that out as well and get the extra damage off it. Wind Guard, okay.
No. Retreat. No. Retreat.
We only need 1 damage. I think that'll do it.
This will be done in a jiffy. Strength and beauty together. Stop staring.
Don't avert your strength is formidable.
And that's pretty much how this deck runs. We will go one more game, just so if
Pleasure was all mine.
for anyone who missed how the basis of it is, which should be interesting, but we'll see. See if we can get a different type of matchup. If we do get the same kind of matchup, it should still be fine. I haven't tried this deck on ranked, but I think anything below A3, it should work pretty well. I just have a feeling that it's not going to work very well for higher ranking due to the tier deck. But for an aggro style
You must
sword
die.
deck and for a
I
beginner
guess you're
deck,
looking for a fight.
this is extremely good. It's about 6,000 vials, which I'm sure you can check out in the description. The only risk you really have is getting run over in the early game in your setup. So you can play the Maid Leader, play the Goblin Mage, still get run over early. Alright, we're playing a Runecraft, so it'll be interesting to see what version this is.
I'll lead the
At
charge.
least you have something to start with. Okay. Now we can start pulling what we need.
Welcome home,
Time to
sir.
shine.
Unbelievable.
Having the Cursed General be guaranteed off the Maid Leader is a really nice play. It can make the Maid Leader a little useless later on, but having it
It's knowledge.
early is good. Alright, so now we're going to take the chance. Oh well, we don't need the assassin now, so... I think we still do the goblin mage. Try and get more in our hand. Well, we got 2 assassin, not bad. We're leading into turn 4. We can probably drop a veteran lancer and an assassin if we need it. But we'll see. We may drop something else here. Especially now that my play's changed a little bit. We could go for the evolve. Play the swift infiltrator. Save it. Deal damage.
You wouldn't.
Alright, I think that's the way we'll go about this now.
You're done for. Let me help. Dazzling flash. My blade, your tomb.
Okay.
I'll lead the charge.
Don't mess with the maid.
Not bad. Only got a couple turns from our combo, then we can play anything we like. I don't think what the nicest card next would probably be, and it'll probably be Floral Fencer so I can combo it for turn 7. But we'll just have to wait and see. But like I said, this is pretty consistent. I haven't had much trouble with it. It's pretty simple for a newcomer to get the hang of, because most of the other effects aren't that big of a deal. As long as you can get these 2 to combo, anything you play after, it's going to give you an advantage. Everything will have Storm. You don't even have to worry about Rush. You can hit anything with Storm.
You can teach me nothing.
Run away.
Okay.
Apologies, sir.
Not bad. I think we'll go with that.
Beautiful, powerful, and cute to boot. It won't be long now.
Yeah, I'm using all the evolves, which I could save for Floral Fences, but I don't have them in my hand, so we're just going to go with what we've got.
Ooh, sparkly stuff. Gimme.
We'll strike the 2-2.
How interesting.
Since we don't need to worry about the board too much, we'll just push. We have the perfect turn 7 plays. Double veteran. And the blitz is what? 3, 5, 7 damage on turn 7. That's off only 1 Cursed General.
It's knowledge I seek.
But they're going to be pushing very close to big plays with these.
Atone with your lifeblood.
Fair enough. That's going to trade here. It's got to, surely. So our only risk is going to be area of effect damage, which I don't think Rune runs anyway. Same as Blood, only really has Demonic Storm.
You can teach me nothing.
Run away.
Alright, I think we can handle this. Yep.
Step forward, Obi.
I fight in the shadows. You're mine.
I think we can go for game with that push. I can do 7 off my hand quite easily. So 2, 4, 7. Yep. Basically a damage for every point played. Plus the 2 off the evolve is 9. My Curse General, if it stays in play, which has to for the combo, will give me game. Have to wait and see.
You sneaky little.
Alright, the end, yep, that's our game.
This will be done in a jiffy.
Leave this to me. Leave this to me. Come on.
No.
Come on.
I'm through.
And that showcases the Cursed Sword deck, which is basically a budget sword build. Great for new players.
Pleasure was all mine.
So I'd highly recommend this deck for new players, especially if you're just starting out and you don't have many cards. It's really cheap to build, pretty easy to build, pretty easy to play. I don't know whether I could say it's better than the Aggro Blood. Probably not, because the Aggro Blood has a higher tier on the tier list. But this deck definitely isn't bad. So that would be the video. If you want to check out other videos, make sure to check out that recommended. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys next time.